in a way, the amount of authority that was asserted during the pandemic, the amount of effort that's put into censoring mainstream narratives, the amount of effort that's put into creating terms, new language to control, smear and censor opposing voices, suggests that they consider it a legitimate threat that alternative views could take hold, that new alliances could take place, that people would consider different ways of being. There's a brilliant philosopher, he's dead now, Mark Fisher, he was of the left. He coined the term capitalist realism, that we have been taught that this is the only model of reality there is. People find it easier to envisage the end of the world than the end of capitalism, that there could be a new economic system that we could live within. And we all know now that capitalism as it was intended doesn't exist anymore anyway, like certainly not after what happened in 2008. Simple, I make this thing, trading, it growing, ingenuity, entrepreneurship. It's such a cronyist, supporting energy companies, supplementing them, ensuring that they make profits when how can you have energy companies that profit when there's an energy crisis, military industrial complex that profits when it's a war, pharmaceutical companies that profit when there's a pandemic? You're creating the necessity for ongoing crisis.
Yes.
If the elites in a society benefit from situations that are detrimental to everybody else, that's what reality is going to become. That's what reality has become.
That's such an important point, because that's almost undeniable. And to say that they wouldn't do that because they value human life and morals and ethics over profit, that's never been exhibited. That's not true. That's not a true statement. No, the opposite is true. The opposite is provable. The opposite is provable, whether it's Halliburton or whether it's pharmaceutical companies or whether it's politicians or bankers. The opposite has always been true. That we are profit-driven, and especially if they can find some sort of way to justify these horrific acts, in some way, shape, or form, if they could have this diffusion of responsibility where it's not their call or not their fault, they're part of a corporation, the corporation has to do this, and this is just what we do. You got to crack a few eggs to make an omelet. That's where we find ourselves. And the only way we're going to get out of this is if we, the collective, all of us, whether you're on the left or whether you're on the right, recognize this stupid game that people are playing, recognize this hustle, and don't get sucked into it.